Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with 10 sport predictions for the 2023 year. These are 10 predictions here that is going to happen in sports and sports only. Before I continue, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate if you do that. Greatly appreciate if you do that. We did this video last year. I believe we only came up with 5 last year. I'll admit I did not watch that video to see if any of them became right or not, but I am going to check out that video after I film this. You guys aren't going to see this to January 3rd, but it's January 2nd. And we already got off to a great start with the college football playoff games. Um, the Tulane comeback. If you haven't watched that Tulane comeback in the Cotton Bowl, that is something to behold. Um, NFL games, obviously. So great start to the year. These are 10 predictions in the world of sports. I'll admit there's none in the NHL. I don't follow the NHL enough to really sit there and really make a prediction on it. But these are 10 predictions, so let's get into it. No particular order of these. So let's get into it. Number 10, a big market franchise will not win the World Series. So let's define a big market. I don't think the Dodgers, the San Diego Padres. You might be sitting there like San Diego Padres is a big market. Uh, the city in Mexico, which is escaping my mind, and with them being the only sports franchise in the city of San Diego, and with all that money they're spending, they are not operating like a small franchise. They're operating like a big market. So San Diego. I will put the New York teams, Philly, Atlanta, Boston, Chicago Cubs, basically any big market team. I don't think a big market team is going to win the World Series this year. I've narrowed it down to two teams. I will release my World Series prediction right before the baseball season starts here in late March, I believe. It might not start to April, but I don't think it's going to be a big market franchise. I really don't. I feel like the baseball, there's a lot of competitive teams. And I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it's not gonna be a big market franchise that's gonna win the World Series. Number 9, both the NBA and Major League Baseball will announce an expansion to Las Vegas. So the NFL with the Raiders, they already moved the Raiders there. NHL decided to expand a hockey team there to Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Golden Knights. The NBA is going to announce an expansion this year of two teams. What they're going to do is they're going to expand to Las Vegas and Seattle, and they're going to move Memphis to the Eastern Conference. And the way Major League Baseball is going to do is one of two ways. Either they're going to just have the Oakland Athletics move down to Las Vegas, or the Oakland Athletics are going to become the San Jose Athletics, and Major League Baseball is going to expand to Las Vegas, and then they're going to expand another team either to Nashville or Montreal. One of those two. I know there's talks about the Rays maybe moving to Montreal eventually, but that's what I do believe. Las Vegas is becoming a big tourist town. And the way it's growing, it's going to have all four major sports leagues there in Las Vegas. So I think, as I said, NFL and the NHL have already went ahead and expanded there one way or the other. NBA, Major League Baseball is going to announce their intent to do it. So that's prediction number 9. Prediction number 8: Texas will fire Steve Sarkisian. Um, I'm done with Steve Sarkisian. So the former Texas coach Tom Herman. When I was done with Tom Herman, it was when he wanted to fight the whole Oklahoma State football team. After Texas lost, got upset on the road against Oklahoma State there. In Stillwater, Texas. I don't know if you saw the video, but Steve Sarkisian blew up on a Alamo Bowl staffer. Um, and let's just say they lost the Alamo Bowl. Yeah, he might recruit better than Tom Herman, but at the same time, he that video got passed around a lot, and they were comparing how other head coaches handle staffers, such as Jim Harbaugh. I believe Nick Saban was another one that I saw. So, in my opinion, I think this isn't going to go well for Steve Sarkisian. I think it's the beginning of the end for Steve Sarkisian. I think Texas has an okay year next year, and but he's going to get fired after this season. In my opinion, the 2023 college football season, especially with the move to the SEC, probably want to get a bit of a bigger name in there. And I said I wasn't high on the hire. Matter of fact, I didn't understand why they fired Tom Herman for this guy, because remember, Steve Sarkisian got hired within like 2 hours after they fired Tom Herman. So that's my eighth. That's number 8. Texas will fire Steve Sarkisian. Number 7, the New Orleans Pelicans and the Memphis Grizzlies will meet in the Western Conference Finals. I look around the Western Conference. Let's start off with the Texas teams. Dallas, Luka a bust for that team. Houston's horrible. San Antonio's horrible. OKC, nice team to watch, fun team to watch, but not good. Um, you look at Minnesota, very top heavy, probably not good enough to get out of the first round. Nuggets, they could throw in this prediction. I would probably put them as the third best team in the West at worst, but at the same time, they seem to flame out early in the playoffs over the past few years. Utah Jazz, they're not getting out of the first round. Suns, regular season team. Lakers, stink, and they're top heavy. Clippers, only other team that could threaten this at worst, a top 4 team in the West. They could threaten this. We'll see. Warriors, they're banged up right now, but don't rule them out. At worst, top 5 team in the West. And so basically, Nuggets, Clippers, and Warriors are the only 3 teams I think could threaten this prediction. Because Trailblazers at best are a first round exit as well. So that's just my opinion. And the Kings, nice little fun team to watch, but that's it. I think these are the top 2 teams. They have 2 new superstars in Zion Williamson and John Morant. And I think that's going to be showcased in this Western Conference Finals. I think these are the 2 teams that will meet in the Western Conference Finals here. So that's the number 7 prediction. Number 6, Aaron Rodgers will lead the Green Bay Packers for the Raiders. Yeah, I don't care that they're probably going to make the playoffs. I think they will beat the Lions next week. That game got announced for Sunday Night Football. Um, he's leaving the Packers for the Raiders. His Devontae Adams is the wide out there. I think the Raiders have proved that they could just fix this defense a little bit. They can really compete for Super Bowls with the right quarterback. I think I predicted this last year, and I have to see how I wrote the prediction for last year's video, but I think it's gonna happen. I really think Aaron Rodgers will be in the silver and black, and I think starting next year, and I think he leaves the Packers. And I'll continue to say it. Matt LaFleur is in over his head, and I don't care that Matt LaFleur made the playoffs. This has everything to do with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the only reason Matt LaFleur has a job. Because Matt LaFleur does not know how to use Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, which is alarming. So, but I think he leaves Green Bay for the Raiders. Maybe if I mean, this is probably still only a 10% chance of him even leaving Green Bay, but I think he leaves Green Bay. I really do. On his own. That he's not forced out of Green Bay. He leaves on his own. Number 5, coming into the 2023 college football season, so coming into next Labor Day, only Cal, Washington State, and Oregon State will be the only 3 Pac-12 members that haven't announced their intention to leave the Pac-12. Um, I think the Pac-12. I think I joked about here once or twice, calling it the Pac-0. I think the Pac-12 is going to be extinct. I expect Washington and Oregon to move to the Big Ten, and I know the Big 12 is going after the 4 corner schools, Colorado, Utah, and Arizona State. But and then you look around, Stanford, I think, will end up in the Big Ten as well. I know there's been talks about them maybe even canceling the football program. altogether. I know that I believe Pat Forty made that comment in an interview saying he does Stanford might not even want to be have a football team because of how their whole situation is with there at Stanford. But I think Cal is 50-50 to end up in the Big Ten or somewhere else. If I'm Washington State, Oregon State, though, if this is the case, there's a real argument to join the Mountain West for them, especially with the new expansion of the college football playoffs. You sit there, two of those Group of Five champs at a minimum, if this stands correct, that are currently in the Group of Five. I know there's a new Group of Five conference coming in, which I need to look more into. But two of those conference champs, if this stands, are going to be in the college football playoffs. I mean, you could easily go into the Mountain West and probably, I mean, outside Boise State, San Diego State, and Fresno State, who's standing in your way if you're Washington State, Oregon State, on a year in year out basis? I know some teams, like I know Wyoming had Josh Allen and they had a good year. Utah State had a few good years, but let's be realistic. Boise State, um, San Diego State, and Fresno State, and maybe Hawaii, and maybe a Colorado State. Those are the teams that have the resources to probably or have close enough resources to go up against a Washington State and an Oregon State. So I think there's appealing arguments to those two uh, schools to join the Mountain West, and we'll see with Cal. But as I said, I think the Pac-12 is going to be gone by 2025. So that's just my opinion, but that's number five. Number four, LeBron James will not be a Los Angeles Laker coming into the 2023-2024 NBA season. I think he's leaving the Lakers after this season. I think the writing's on the wall. I don't know where he will end up. I'll be honest with you. I think Cleveland is a very attractive place again for him to join. I also think Miami is a very attractive place for him to join as well. So we'll see what happens. I think LeBron still has at least 2-3 years left in him at a minimum the way he's playing. I mean, he's still dropping 40-point games, 30-point games on a nightly consistent basis. So it's going to be interesting to see where he ends up. But I definitely think he's not going to be a Laker coming into next season. I think this is his last year with the LA Lakers. Number three, no team in Major League Baseball should be a space there between team and then will win over 99 games. Right now, looking at Major League Baseball, I think it's going to be a very competitive year in baseball, as I said. It's not very top heavy. I mean, there's a few bad teams, yes, but there will not be a team that I think will reach the 100 win mark. You look at the NL East, Phillies, Braves, Mets. I can make an argument all three of those teams can win 90 plus games. Yeah, the Nationals are in that division. They're not good. Marlins have pitching. I think people are underestimating the Marlins a little bit. Um, you look at some other teams, the NL West. I don't think the NL West really has a bad team in it. Um, Even the Diamondbacks and the Rockies, they're not bad teams. They're not like 60 win ball clubs. They're going to be winning probably somewhere between 70 and 80 wins, will be my guess. And I haven't done my Major League Baseball predictions. Those will be coming out in March. But I'm going to probably predict that a team will not win 100 games this upcoming Major League Baseball season. So that's my third. And number three, two more. Number two, either Florida State or Penn State will make the 2023 college football playoffs. I think Florida State has a good shot to win the ACC in 2023. I just do. Looking from afar, I'm going to be very high on both of these teams coming into 2023, especially Florida State. Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State right there. Jim Harbaugh might take an NFL job, so we'll see what happens there with Michigan. Ohio State, I think they're beatable even with all the talent because they don't have good trench play. And I don't see how that's going to improve in a year unless some major changes happen. But I think both of these teams have a shot to make the college football playoffs in 2023. And remember, it's still the old format in 2023 of the 4 teams. It's the last year they're doing it. I think they're going to expand it in 2024. But I do think one of these 2 teams will make the college football playoffs. I haven't decided which one. Stay tuned. And then number 1, Will Levis will go down as a top 5 draft bust of all time. Guys, why is Will Levis even projected to be a first round draft pick? I mean, this has Josh Rosen written all over it. Just that Will Levis isn't good. For Mel Kiper Jr. to have Will Levis as his top quarterback is laughable. In my opinion, I think he will go down as one of the biggest draft busts of all time. He will go in the first round to somebody, and they're going to regret it. So those are my predictions for the 2023 and the year of sports. Those are 10 predictions that I think that will happen this year. Comment down below. Tell me what you think is going to happen this year. I always enjoy doing this video. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to your channel. Greatly appreciate you do that. McD the Beast signing off.